Alright, come on, up and at 'em. Let's do another video. Let's make it about Samhain. It's pronounced Samhain. Well, sorry. What's up, YouTube? Greater Jaculus here. Once again, enter my circle. Come freely, go safely, and leave something of the happiness you bring. This week, a lot of stuff has just fallen into place for me, including some pretty bad news, which I'll get to before too long. But first, I wanted to just say what kind of auditions and stuff I expect to be going to in the future. I don't expect to be going to America's Got Talent. I deign not to because of the contracts that I've taken a look at them just for auditioning. I'm sure for the winners they have a 5-year contract, which is pretty standard, much like another show that I'd actually rather be in. So if I'm going to be bound to a contract, then it's going to be through something like Hollywood House instead. Now there are some other notes I want to have on Hollywood House. I've seen some other of the audition videos that other people have put up on YouTube. Now these people have a lot of subscribers and a lot of views on these videos, but that doesn't necessarily give them an edge when their production qualities are just somewhat lacking. I mean, there's hokey acting, and there's just badly put together with minimal effort, and then they use such empty catchphrases as, "Oh, I love acting. Acting is what makes me happy." Well, that goes without saying, otherwise you wouldn't be doing this. It's about as poignant in my mind as saying, "I love breathing. Breathing is what makes me continue to live." You know, obviously, I have a desire to act, and it's really frustrating sometimes with not being able to. It feels like all my energy and my creativity is just stagnating and like nothing really going anywhere. So yeah, I definitely feel when my energy is blocked. I went to school for film. I know acting, I know comedy. Hell, I even know all the Marx Brothers names: Chico, Harpo, Groucho, Gummo, and Zeppo Marx. Now I didn't just come here to YouTube to whine like an entitled bitch about starving for my art, because this really is what I want. This is my dream, and I'll go to the lengths that I have gone for it. This is just one of my problems that I have to face. But you probably won't be able to see that. There we go, it's focused now. So yeah, that's just one of my problems. Another problem that has recently arisen. My uncle lost his job this week, and his boss is dying of cancer. The company that has just celebrated their 100th anniversary is practically being gutted right now. And due to all this, I have to move out at the end of the month. Now, I've got prospects. I mean, I can work minimum wage anywhere. I've got some rooms lined up. They're not the co-op, because the co-op is pretty expensive. So I can find somewhere else to live. That's not that big of an issue. Now, the good part is that I'll be back in Grand Rapids with a lot more of the same talents that I was working with a year ago in music and burlesque, theater, and now I've got a couple of prospects going where I could film a couple of shorts that I've written at a TV station. So all that, pending my being able to afford to live for the next year in Grand Rapids, is all going to help me get closer while I'm waiting on hopefully eventually being able to film Post-Human. But there's still the distinct possibility that the handlers of the film have moved away from the director, And this is getting very personal, and this is all very personal to me. I mean, I don't just want to be here and bare my soul. Yes, that's the guy in the mask. This is all very personal to me, and maybe part of that is why I've chosen Freighter Jackulus to be the one to tell you this. Sometimes all you can do is hope that you're doing the right thing. And going forward, I'm still going to work my hardest. I know that recent changes to YouTube involving YouTube Red, they might not have rolled out in yet. I mean, I've been hearing things, I've been hearing to expect it, and I know how much that changes the formula of how people make money on YouTube. So, I mean, I definitely can't do it without some form of support. And whether that's donations or ad revenues that I'd rather not see, then, I mean, if it's just not worth anything monetarily, I don't want to just abandon it for that reason alone, because there's still subscribers to my channel, and as long as people come here to be entertained, and I know this episode isn't really heavy on that, but we're definitely going through a transitional period here, so maybe after this and some subscribers stick around, we can have more of that. Well, anyways, that's my spiel. Oh, before I forget, one thing that I wanted to do as a form of entertainment online is to stream video games or do let's plays, reviews and stuff on a YouTube channel format. Now I know there's a lot of other channels that do the same thing, but I still think that I have a diverse collection of games on Steam and a unique enough perspective to, you know, make that entertaining, make that worth your time, you know. But the only problem with that is right now that my hardware is just nowhere near able to handle that. So what I've made in video format before was just like 600p 30 frames per second videos, which, like, really, I can't expect you to want to sit through and watch that. You know, I don't. Technology is so far beyond this computer that I got, you know, over 3 years ago, that I don't expect you to want to sit and watch me play games under those conditions. 30 frames per second, just forget about it. But if I could do something to stream games or anything, maybe play games that won't look as bad under those conditions, and you guys can, like, write in the comments what you think about that. Like if I played Shovel Knight and Crypta the Necrodancer and, you know, some other retro looking games that maybe if they look good enough and I can sync up the resolution on the screen to the resolution of the video output just to make it look as good as I possibly can, then maybe we'll have something until I can afford to get new equipment. I mean, I've already gotten, like, so many new books that I want to use that outlet too, and so maybe we'll just stream something else. Maybe we'll just stream reading the books, and then I'll answer questions through the stream about, you know, how far my experience has come in the occult. It's not far by any means. I mean, I still have my gurus that I ask questions, and I get out there and I go deep, and I was like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? You know, I just ask a lot of questions, and if anyone ever came to me with those questions, you know, I could tell them what I think and, you know, where I got my idea from. You know, I don't expect to have all the answers just yet, but yeah, if you guys thought that a streaming reading, you know, instead of playing video games, you know, I want to try to make audiobooks. I know that I don't have the capabilities of doing that yet either, because I need just all new everything. I need a new microphone, need a new computer, need new, like, definitely upgrade it in the graphics department. And, yeah, I mean, certainly this might come with going to Hollywood or something, actually having a production company based around YouTube or something like that. But that's getting ahead of ourselves for now. So yeah, all I've got to say right now is just please stick with me through this transitional period, because good things are coming. I definitely am putting a lot of thought and energy into this. Now go in peace until the next time our paths cross. Bless be. That wasn't quite right, now was it? Now let's do it again. Once again. Yeah, I just want to I'll just do the whole thing again. I don't even care. For it, there's a pretty restrictive contract, and there would be another typical 5-year contract. And even for a winner of the contest, I keep wanting to say concert. 5-year contract. I'd rather it be something like Halloween or well, that's kind of I bet they wouldn't be able to see my mouth move enough. Now, go in peace until the next time our paths cross.